Welcome everyone to Vested Interests. This is Shane, back for another stock pick of the day video. Today we are going to change it up a little bit. I'm actually going to bring you Zim Integrated Shipping Services. We've covered this in the past. I'm going to cover it again for a couple reasons, not because it's pulled back, but because actually the ex-dividend date is coming up on Friday. So if you were to want to pick this up and be eligible for the next dividend payout, you would need to do that by Thursday. Tomorrow the 26th, today is Wednesday the 25th, so I wanted to cover it before the ex-dividend date, before you were able to purchase it and miss out on the next dividend. So it is up on the day a little bit. It's not one that actually has pulled back, but it is one that I do want to cover so that if you are interested in the company, you're aware that the ex-dividend date is coming up on Friday, which means you would have to purchase it tomorrow to be eligible for the next dividend. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to look a little bit at the financials that they just reported for the Q1 results, and if you wanted to see more on the company overall, the shipping company, they do ship dry goods. They do a lot of different goods, dry goods, hazardous materials. They actually don't just do shipping overseas. They do overland. They have some trucking that they do shipping as well. So they are a multifaceted shipping company. They are out of Israel, so there are some tax implications. When they pay out the dividend, you'll get 75%. They will keep 25% back for taxes. You can file some paperwork. Again, if you go on their homepage at www.zim.com, you can read about how to file that paperwork, or your financial advisor can file that paperwork, and you could recoup all those taxes. Then you would just have to pay the taxes here stateside on those dividends. When I contacted my financial advisor, full disclosure, I am long on Zim. I own a significant portion of my portfolio currently is in Zim. I've covered that on other videos, and I'll continue to cover it as long as I own it. So let's take a look here. Zim reports record financial results for the first quarter of 2022, generated highest ever quarterly net income of $1.7 billion and adjusted EBITDA of $2.5 billion, continued to deliver industry-leading operating margins. Q1 2022 carried volume increases 5% year over year, significantly above industry average. Increased 2022 full-year guidance, expected to generate adjusted EBITDA of $7.8 to $8.2 billion and adjusted EBIT of $6.3 to $6.7 billion. Declared Q1 2022 dividend of $2.85 per share, representing approximately 20% of quarterly net income. So this is one I want to touch on as well. They do pay out their dividends a little different than most companies. They pay out quarterly, but they pay out 20% of their income, net income, like they said here, per quarter. But then in their last quarter of the year, they will pay out 30 to 40% of the overall year. So their last payment out was actually $17 per share, minus the 25% in taxes that they kept back. So it was like $12 and some change. This one here at $2.85, if you did the math, $2.85 times 0.75 would be about $2.13 per share payout after they keep the 25% back in taxes. Again, you can file paperwork to get that back. First quarter highlights: net income for the first quarter was $1,711 million compared to $590 million in the first quarter of 2021, a year-over-year increase of 190%. They are a fast-growing company, very fast, extremely fast-growing, and their free cash flow is growing as well. It's just amazing how fast this company is growing. Or $14.19 per diluted share compared to $5.13 in the first quarter of 2021. 190%. That's just amazing. Adjusted EBITDA for the first quarter was $2,533 million, a year-over-year increase of 209%. Operating income, EBIT, for the first quarter was $2,243 million, a year-over-year increase of 228%. I mean, these are just insane numbers. Revenue for the first quarter was $3,716 million, a year-over-year increase of 113%. Carried volume in the first quarter was 859,000 TEUs, a year-over-year increase of 5%. Average freight rate, a lot of people were worried about freight rates going down and impacting shipping. As you can see here, average freight rate per TEU in the first quarter was $3,848 a year-over-year increase of 100%. So they're actually increasing their freight rates. Net leverage ratio of 0.0 times at March 31st, 2022, unchanged from December 31st, 2021. Reached positive net cash flow, positive $779 million. So their free cash flow is just amazing, almost $1 billion already on the year in free cash flow. again, so that tells you next year they're probably going in the first quarter of next year will be the next bigger payout. They'll have the next one will be 20%. The 285 that we just saw above here, and then they will have one more payout this year, and it'll probably be similar to this 285 payout, if not more, if they continue to grow like they are for this year. And then the first quarter of next year should be closer to that $17-18 per share that they just paid out in April. Based on last year's earnings, that would have been the $17 per share would have been 30 to 50% of last year's earnings. So the one they pay out next year around April will be 30 to 50% of this year's earnings. So as you can see, the earnings are just spectacular, and I expect them to pay out a significant portion again next year. And here you can see Zim Integrated Shipping, ticker ZIM. It is a shipping company, $70.20 or 26 cents at the close of business on April 25th. Looks like they are up a little bit in the after hours as well. They were down on the day as low as $67.80, but ended the day positive at $71.16 or $70.26. 52-week range as low as $33.71, as high as $91.23. Really, their IPO a little over a year ago, so they, again, the stock price has increased significantly as well. I mean, that's double what it was a year ago. So you're seeing extreme growth in the company as well as extreme growth in the stock price, and it is a significant payout for the dividend. If you were in this from IPO, you've actually made more in dividends than you paid initially for the stock. And if you were paying 33 back here, kudos to you, because the same thing, you've earned as much as you paid for the stock here a year ago. Market cap of 8.41, so it is a small cap growing exponentially. Beta is based on 5-year numbers. They haven't been around. They IPO'd less than 2 years ago, so they don't have that currently. PE ratio of 1.47, that's extremely low even for their market. Their market is around 4 to 5%, so they're even below their current market, the shipping industry in general. Forward dividend yield is $19.50 on the year. This is a little misleading at 30.14%. That's the $17 plus the $2.50 that they paid out previously. So it is a little bit more than this on the year, actually, because like I said, you'll have to add the $2.85 to this and then whatever they pay out on the rest of the year. So they'll be well over $20 in dividends per share this year. 20 easily. Like I said, this one coming up will put them at over $20 per share, and then whatever they pay out later in the year will be, additional on top of that. Ex-dividend date, the last one was March 22nd. They paid out in April, but the next one coming up is actually this Friday, May 27th. So you would need to purchase again by tomorrow for it to book your stock, showing that you own them on the ex-dividend date on Friday to be eligible for the next payout. And Yahoo Finance has a 1-year estimated target of $86.43. Let's take a look at some other analysts. According to the 12 stock analysts who have taken a look at this, they call it a consensus buy. Their average target, a low over the next year of $63.63. That would be 9% decline from where it currently sits. Average estimate of $91.65, then I believe it should hit that pretty easily over the next year, would be a 30.41% increase. And if it happened to hit the high, $126, it wouldn't surprise me if it hit $126 even, based on the rate of growth. If it continues to grow like it does, that would be a 79.28%. So 79, call it 80% increase in stock appreciation. That's just amazing. Even 30% on your money, especially in this market, is just amazing. This information was brought to you by stockanalysis.com. Again, not affiliated with stockanalysis.com or Yahoo Finance, just where I pulled the information from. So this is a quick one on Zim, guys. Again, I am long. I dumped $165,000 into this before the last dividend that was paid out. I have made 21,000 in dividends so far, actually 33,000 or 30 something thousand, and then they kept 7,800 back for the taxes. I reached out to my financial advisor. She said just go ahead and leave them in there. I'll get a foreign tax credit for that, so they've already been paid. I don't have to worry about paying the taxes next year. And if I've overpaid, I will actually get some kickback from our government for the overpayment and the taxes. So not a big deal to me. But again, it's a high-paying dividend stock, one you might be interested in if you're looking for cash flow and returns on your investment. This might be one to watch. As long as shipping remains hot, which China being locked down is going to be a heck of a backlog, I would say at least into next year, shipping should remain significantly above average as people try to get the backlog shaken out. With that said, I always appreciate you guys stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up, ring the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about Zim. Is it one you're watching? Are you even looking at the shipping industry right now? I do personally read and respond to the comments. I'm always interested to read your questions and or opinions. This is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. As always, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm only sharing my opinion and investing journey for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk. You can't lose money and should never invest any amount you're not comfortable losing. Always do your own research and invest based on your situation, circumstances, and select criteria, or seek the advice and counsel of a certified financial advisor.